I think when you have a positive mindset, it doesn't matter what is thrown at you, you'll always have a great outcome.
Your success and growth all start in your mind. So get ready for another mind shift. Hello and welcome to Mind Shift. If you're just discovering me, my name is Joshua Kangley, and you should stick around because this show is all about inspiration, positivity, and sharing awesome messages of inspirational stories from people out there doing amazing things, like our next guest coming up shortly. Stay tuned just momentarily, but first, I want to say right now, just a special thank you to all of our teachers out there, all of our educators. I think we all realize now more than ever just how important they are to our children and to our society and what they have to offer us, right? And I think just right now with everything going on, a huge thank you to our educators out there right now. We have an educator on our show again today, so we'll get to her momentarily. Very awesome individual. First, remember, you can always go to www.hellomynameisjosh.com. That's hellomynameisjosh.com. That's the main hub. You can learn more about me there. So if you're wondering who in the heck is Joshua Kangley, go there, check it out, learn more about me, the books behind me, this show, and so much more. If you have any questions about me, the show, any guest on the show, or if you know someone who should be on the show, email me at josh@hellomynameisjosh.com. Also, if you're listening to the audio version right now, tune in on Thursdays, 6 p.m. Central on YouTube, because that is where I get to do the live. So I do a live every Thursday, 6 p.m. Central, and I like to answer questions and engage and dig into any topic that you might have on your minds. You can ask questions about the show, any guests on the show, and just kind of dig in, right? So Thursday, 6 p.m. Central, a new live. Then, of course, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central, a new Mind Shift episode drops every week. New episode, new guest, new Mind Shift. So stay tuned for those. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. Hit the like button for me if you like my content. And if you want to be reminded of when a new Mind Shift does drop, make sure to turn on the notifications. That way we can remind you so you don't miss a single show, right? And you can be first in line to watch the new Mind Shift. Now, our next guest is Chanise Okonkwo, and she, as I mentioned, is an educator, and she's a wonderful educator, by the way, because she knows exactly how important it is to teach our children and how they learn. She's also the author of Do Not Give Up Your Gummy Bears to Borrow a Teddy Bear. This book right here. I bought this book for my children because it's a great book, and we don't teach these certain things like money management, debt, things like that enough in school. And so she's taken upon herself to write this book, amazing book, and teach our children how they can learn about entrepreneurship and so much more. So again, Chanise Okonkwo is our next guest, and I'm so delighted to talk with her because I love how she teaches. Let's go to her conversation now. Chanise, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hey, I'm so glad to have you on because I really appreciate and I love your mindset and your approach to education and what we're teaching our children. And the last time we spoke, we talked a lot about, the book you have. And I love your book, by the way, which I got for my daughters. So yes. I love that. I love how you, your content, how you teach children, how it's relatable to them, these important topics, and a lot of this, stuff is not taught in schools. And so I appreciate you taking on that and tackling it and providing a great resource like that. So first of all, again, I love your mindset and approach. Now you probably have some audience coming onto the show. I have some from Table Talks coming on. Just go ahead and if you can, introduce yourself to us.
Okay, well, as I said, I'm Chanise. I'm an 8th grade math teacher. I'm currently in the state of Texas. I really have like a big heart for just educating our children, but not when it just comes to educating our children, like what the state mandates as curriculum, but just like actual everyday things, characters, traits that they should go learning growing up. And I am an educator, but I'm a parent first.
Mm-hmm.
So I always come from the angle as a parent, because I think as parents, we always want what's best for our children, but sometimes we like forget about parenting too.
Yes, absolutely. I love that approach, a parent first. And so, so remind us, why the book? Why did you write that book? The passion behind it, and where does this all come from?
Yes. So the book, Do Not Give Up Your Gummy Bears, the Pearl Teddy Bear. Just say no to debt. It came from obviously my own mistakes, my husband's mistakes that we made when we were a little bit younger. I don't like to consider myself old right now, but just in like our college years, it was really our college years. So many Americans, we take out student loans. And a lot of times that boggles us down when we're done. So I wasn't just properly educated on debt like most of us. And I just didn't want my children to fall in the same mistakes or those same patterns. And it actually happened. My husband was trying to tell the boys one night. And as a teacher, I'm sitting there and my boys are like, yeah, we get it. But I know that look as a teacher when a student says that they get it, but they really don't. So then I thought to myself, what if there was a way that I can present it in a story, but using concepts that they can understand instead of trying to talk to them adult to adult? And that's where I pull in my teacher background to help me write this book. Because as I said, I am a math teacher and my students struggle a lot, but I'm really good at breaking it down and speaking their language. And that's the key with this book. So my book is not like, this is debt, don't do this. It is the complete story where young kids can grasp the concept in their language.
Absolutely. And I can attest to that because here's the book we're talking about right there. And, a great book. My children like it. They can relate to it. It's very, like you said, it takes them through and it's great. So again, appreciate you just, again, providing that resource because it's an important thing for us to learn, debt and how to manage money and, things like this. And so I know you have some other books out there or in the works, correct?
Yes, I'm currently writing the next one, which is teaching kids about entrepreneurship, which I feel is a big vehicle to achieve the type of life that you want. Even just, like you said, the right type of mind frame. You have to have the right type of mindset to really embody entrepreneurship because it's really a lot of thinking outside the box, but also paying attention to what's in front of you too. So we could probably talk about entrepreneurship for like hours upon hours because there's not just one thing, but I'm currently almost done writing it and then getting the book together. As I said, I'm very big on when I put something out there, I want it to be where a child will enjoy the story and not feel like it's like a textbook or something.
Yeah, and I love that approach. And I love you said entrepreneurship, and I think that right now more than ever is a good time for all of us and for children to learn about entrepreneurship because of how things are kind of going right now. And so what a great book, number one. And I'm just so glad and proud of you for giving us another tool like that.
Yes. And again, entrepreneurship, like I said, we can teach this to our kids very young. Just it's a very basic concept, but just instill that in them. School just recently started, and I always have my students feel this thing telling me things about themselves. And I had one student, she had put down when she gets older, she wants to have her own bakery because she loves to bake and she's really good at it. And so I wrote a comment on there and I was like, that's amazing, but why do you have to wait till you're older? And I gave it back to her, and then she had emailed me back, what do you mean? And I was like, you don't have to be an adult to own your own bakery. And you see time and time again, like on social media, like little kids, I'm talking 9, 10 years old, and they started their own like bow business or their own lemonade or something to that effect. It's not an adult thing. So I just wanted to just tell my student, you don't have to wait till you're adult. Like if you're great at baking, start selling stuff, get your license. It's not an age thing. So.
Yeah, and that's so awesome for you to provoke that in her and just maybe spark that and get her thinking in a different way. So again, just huge, thank you so much. You mentioned schools back in. How is that going? Like, so how so far has it been dealing with the challenges and what does it look like going forward here?
It is a complete reimagining of learning, just redoing my lessons. I love being a teacher. I love teaching my students. I do miss that in-person interaction, but I take my teaching very seriously. So it's just a lot of recreating and making it virtual friendly. My lessons, I make them very interactive. I just didn't want to record myself like showing them how to do something and just say, go watch this video, do this worksheet. So, it's really a good opportunity to, even as me as a teacher, just rethink and reapproach, how do I present materials to my teacher? Just getting my creative brain going again, and just being positive about the whole situation. I know some students like it, some don't, but I think when you have a positive mindset, it doesn't matter what is thrown at you, you'll always have a great outcome. So just being on the positive side, just enjoying being at home. So like when we get like a 15-minute break, I'm not stuck in the school in my classroom, I'm at home so I can go lay out on the sofa for a second, or even I'm able to teach in my slippers and no one knows. Yes. So just enjoying those little moments there. And it's not a forever thing. It's been an interesting journey so far.
Definitely has. Now, you mentioned reimagined. Do you think now we will get back in there, at some point, but do you think overall, perhaps this is kind of will influence maybe education in the future, maybe reimagining education a little bit?
Yes, I do. Because for me, like I said, I'll stick to my subject, math. What it really forced me to do is to focus on really what are the big ideas and what do my students really need to take away from this year? Because the state says I have to teach all this, and this. And as a teacher, some of the stuff I don't feel is necessary that majority of my students need. So I can actually focus on concepts that will take them into high school, into adulthood, just common things that you do use as an adult on an everyday basis, like that true understanding of math. And I don't feel so rushed because I'm not worried about the standardized test. All teachers cannot stand standardized tests. We don't make those. But I can actually let my students lead the class. If they're struggling, I can give them that time to struggle and not feel this forced pressure, like you need to get this now because we're moving on next day, whether you got it or not, type thing. So I think me personally, what I hope this whole situation will, when it comes to education, have us step back and actually look at some of our curriculum, like what are we really asking from our kids to learn, and is it necessary? And please, can we put some more financial literacy in?
Yes, I agree with you so much. And, thank you as a teacher, educator. I think we're all really appreciative right now of our first responders, of our teachers, educators, like never before. And as we should, so important to our children. So a huge thank you. Hats off to you for all that you're doing with your class. Now, I was gonna hopefully ask you as an educator, what advice do you have maybe to parents right now who are trying to balance, their work life and maybe with some added responsibility of virtual learning, like at the home, like any advice to parents right now, what would you say to them?
Yes. Patience and grace, just like we're giving to you, but have that with your child. I know it can be frustrating, but our kids watch us. So if we feel stressed or we have this negative, like that's going to feed into them. So they're going to feel overwhelmed because they don't really know how to use a computer, all this. Just, it's okay, honey, put a smile. Just take your time to just show them little things on the computer. If they can know how to play a video game, if they know how to sit there and be on a tablet and open apps and all this, they can learn how to be on the laptop. They don't have to be an expert, but you can just show them, this is where you go for class. This is how you're going to enter it, exit it, just simple things like that. But the key is just stay positive because your kids are watching and they can feel your mood.
Yeah, that's so important. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking time. I know you're busy yourself, so thank you for taking time to come on the show. Remind us, where can we find your books again, or where can we find more about you and your books?
Yes, so I currently have my book selling on Amazon. You can just search for it in there. Do not give up your gummy bears to borrow a teddy bear. And then I also had released back in February a book called Affirmations About Me from A to Z, and that's out right now. And it was actually inspired from my daughter who's crying in the background. But yes, I had written it for her. She was my inspiration for that book.
That's amazing. That's really, really amazing. Well, again, thank you so much, Chanise, for being on the show today. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Wow, what a great conversation. Chanise, thank you for sharing with us what you are doing in education, how education is looking a little bit different now, and what you are doing and what we can do with our children during these times right now. Thank you so much. And in fact, thank you to all the educators. I just want to say a special thank you right now. I think we can all appreciate you and just understand just how vital and important you are to our children. Thank you. Now, I want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much, guys. This has been an amazing journey. I love doing this show. I love keeping the conversation going and introducing to you so many people out there who are doing wonderful things right now for us, for our children, and for our world right now, using their talents and gifts. We need to hear more positivity and inspiration in our world today. We need more hope, because we need to bring the best of us to the forefront to tackle the problems that we are facing now so we can move forward, whatever that looks like, right? We need to move forward together. So thank you so much. It means a lot to me when you tune in. Please, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the show. Hit the like button if you like my content. And as always, feel free to comment. I read every comment. I respond. I reply. I love engaging. So thank you so much. And if you have any questions, email me at josh@hellomynameisjosh.com. So if you have any questions about me, the show, any guests on the show, or if you think someone that you know should be on the show, please email me. That's again, josh@hellomynameisjosh.com. One more time, if you're listening to the audio version, please tune in to Thursdays on YouTube, 6 p.m. Central, where I do the live. Again, an opportunity for me to answer questions, get some feedback, and kind of engage with you on live. That's Thursdays, 6 p.m. Central. And then, of course, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Central, we do the new Mind Shift show. So a new episode, a new guest, and a new Mind Shift. So if you haven't yet, subscribe. And if you want to be reminded of when a new Mind Shift does drop, so you don't miss a single one, turn on notifications so you can get a reminder of when we do drop a new Mind Shift. I just really want to say thank you so much, guys. Thank you for following with me on this journey. It's been such a pleasure. And my mission, as you guys all know by now, or maybe you will learn now, that my mission is to help as many people as I possibly can by shining lights on people like Chanise who are doing amazing things. That's what I'm all about. That's what my purpose is. And I just want to say thank you for coming along with me and sharing your time with me. It means a lot. Like you just don't even know. It means a whole lot to me. So a huge thank you to you. I wish you a great day today. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.